I'm Diana, and I'm here with Elaine. We are from the Greater Essex County District School Board Psychology Department, and we're here with the final installment of this series of podcasts. We've been talking about some of the factors encompassed in the concept of implicit curriculum, or the things that students learn and the agents that help them learn that are outside of the intended lesson plans. First, we spoke about schedules and their importance, as well as how to build a schedule so that it becomes routine. Last time, we spoke about the hidden messages or implicit messages that children learn from the setup of their learning environment and the nonverbal messages they receive from the adults around them. Today, we're going to talk about social connections. Welcome back, Elaine.
Hi, Diana. This might be a short conversation today. I just wanted to talk briefly about why social connection with peers is so important for most children and highlight a few ideas for how to manage social connections right now.
I guess we all have to be a little bit more creative where that's concerned, given the social distancing measures we have to take right now.
True. It's important to help children to understand why we need to maintain social distance right now and why they can't go visit their friends. Understanding the necessity of these measures can help to reduce the frustration for them.
That's right, Elaine. There are podcasts and resources posted on the website at publicboard.ca that can help caregivers talk to their children of all different ages and ability levels about COVID-19. Let's get to why social connection is so important for children.
Well, social interaction helps develop social and communication skills through practice, for one thing. By interacting with other children, kids learn which social strategies work and how to get their point across and listen to others. Interaction helps foster an ability to work with others and to develop an awareness of the perspective of others, something that's necessary in developing the ability to understand and share in the feelings of others, what we call empathy.
Okay, that makes sense. Since for the most part, the best place to find a lot of kids daily is school, I guess school closures have affected the amount of social interaction kids are getting.
Right. If we think of the common places where kids tend to socialize with other kids, we generally come up with school, clubs, extracurricular activities, the park, and play dates. Or for older kids, hanging out at each other's houses or the mall, for example. All of these activities are inaccessible right now, and that's a lot of social interaction and social learning that isn't happening.
Well, what about socializing online through social media or online gaming?
True. That option is still open to kids who have experience with it. But for younger children or kids who haven't jumped into the world of social media as of yet and may not understand the dangers, this isn't something they should be doing without support and monitoring. One thing that has helped in my house is that a lot of great teachers are using this opportunity to teach their students how to use helpful apps like Microsoft Teams, EDSB, and virtual learning environments. And they're using these environments as a way of connecting students in a safe and private way.
That's right. Many of our teachers are doing great work motivating their students virtually. I guess, thinking positively, our circumstances have created a situation where students can learn practical skills related to technology, as well as communication skills from a different angle.
Yep. And think about the hidden messages of problem solving, collaboration, and student worth embedded in getting this whole teacher-led at-home process up and running. But there's another reason why peer social interaction is important to learning.
What is that?
Well, peers act as social models. And actually, peer modeling can be as important for teaching skills and behaviors as teacher or adult modeling.
You mean that kids watching other kids perform a task helps them to learn the task themselves?
Yes, learning through social observation is part of it, but it's also a form of social comparison. When a child watches another child complete a task, they're more likely to see themselves as capable of learning that skill too. That tends to improve their perception of themselves, or what we call self-efficacy. Kids with higher self-efficacy when it comes to school will be more likely to try new tasks and strategies and to persevere when they come up against a difficult task. There are a few factors that make that likelihood greater, though.
What factors? You already said that the model is a peer.
Yes, but a study by Schunk and Hansen found that watching videotaped models complete a task was more likely to improve the child's self-efficacy for that task if the model was similar to the child in age, but especially in ability level, and if the model initially struggled and used coping strategies to improve their performance on the task, instead of being able to complete the task flawlessly right away.
So an effective peer model is someone the child can relate to. I guess watching multiple models would improve the likelihood that they would relate to at least one of these models.
That's right. Think of the number and diversity of models in a typical classroom. Teachers often use group work as an environment for peer modeling. Another way to foster peer modeling would be cross-age tutoring, which helps improve the self-efficacy of the child observing, as well as the older child modeling. These aren't meant to replace teacher modeling or lessons, but they can be used to enhance them.
I assume then that cross-age tutoring would be something that caregivers of more than one child could probably use effectively, especially if they approach it by asking the older child for help. The younger child has a model, and the older child builds self-esteem as a result of helping teach their younger sibling.
Right. It would be important before using this strategy to ask yourself some questions like, do these siblings have a decent relationship where they aren't going to end up in a brawl because of it? Does the older sibling have the patience to teach the task? Are they fairly competent at the task being modeled? Is the younger sibling able to attend to the task? With some preparation, this can be a very effective way to help solidify learning and develop skills in both children.
What about only children, Elaine, or children that don't fit this cross-age tutoring model?
Well, caregivers can ask for help from children they know, say in the neighborhood or extended family or friend network, who can serve as a tutor or observer online. Caregivers can also use this information when choosing appropriate YouTube videos to teach or support learning.
So we know that social modeling and social interaction are important for children's learning. The question is then, how do we accomplish this in this time of social distancing?
Well, because of social distancing, there have been a lot of online resources suggesting ways to connect. We mentioned earlier that teachers are reaching out and creating virtual environments to connect the children in their classrooms. But here are some other ideas that use the internet to connect kids.
Oh, Netflix party. I've heard of that one before. You can even make snacks, and everyone can post pictures on the discussion board and comment on the movie.
Right. And online meeting platforms like Zoom and Microsoft Teams can be used for virtual playdates or a talent show. How about a lunch chat or even a themed lunch party like PJs or a hat party?
That sounds like fun. Or how about show and tell or playing charades or Pictionary on a platform like that?
Now that sounds like fun, actually. Kids can also send letters the old-fashioned way by snail mail. Also, Orange Kids suggests a lot of great ideas for how discussion boards or chats can be used. Kids can play things like Guess the Kid, using pictures of the children in costumes or as babies. Or how about Build a Story, where each child adds a piece to create a great work of fiction. Or even an episode of Nailed It, where an adult posts a picture of something with lots of pieces, like a pizza or an ice cream sundae, and the kid posts pictures of their attempts to recreate it with what they have on hand, and they can compare the pictures. It doesn't even have to be food. It goes without saying, though, that children should get permission before attempting this.
That all sounds like fun, Elaine. Kids could also go somewhere virtually together. There are plenty of virtual tours of museums, zoos, all kinds of things right now. Actually, if they're using a meeting platform, kids could do escape rooms together and tour all kinds of things.
Right. There are also apps and sites that allow children to do activities they enjoy with other like-minded kids, like building with Legos or playing Uno. It's important to say that adults should supervise the activities and make sure that the discussion boards are private and only include the children that are part of the group, especially if children don't have prior experience with interacting with other kids online. It's vital to spend some time talking to them about internet safety and set ground rules for using the internet.
That's right. I also thought it important to mention that these ideas are not just good for kids, they also work for us. It's important for us adults to maintain our social connections as well.
That's absolutely true. Care for a game of online Uno?
Sure, Elaine. I might beat you. We'll post several links to some of the suggestions we talked about on the website. Well, that brings our series of implicit curriculum to a close. We hope that you found this information helpful, and don't forget to visit the website at publicboard.ca for other useful podcasts and resources. Take good care, and remember, be kind to your kids, be kind to yourself.